Had to switch it up on you all today. Let's see here. What's up? How we doing? What's good, CC? Let me see here. Let's see what I can do. Adjust my camera a little bit here. We're going to bring it back out here a little. Yeah. All right. All right. How we doing? You got a little trigger there, Lainey? All right. What's up? We're back. Yes, Lainey, you staying warm. Thank you for the host, Lisa. Thank you for the resub, Songbird. Hold on. Turn the camera a little bit this way. Yes. Yes. What's up, DJ Daz? Good to see you. Good to see you here. Stay distracted. I'll just be like that. We're coming in. DJ Daz, what's up? What's going on, Ames? Good to see you. Hold on. I see Irene is here. What's up, Irene? How we doing? Ames, what's up? Good to see you. How we doing? MC in the place to be. All right, all right, all right. DJ Stacy, how are you? Welcome, Twitch U. Excited about the show today. Hello, hello. We're here. Let everyone kind of come in, get situated. All right, let's see here. Stacy. Now remember, this is open office hours, so open Q&A time right now. It's open Q&A. Whatever questions we have, we're going to talk about it for the first bunch of minutes. Okay, congrats, Stacy. So DJ Stacy made affiliate Saturday. Good job, good job. Let's see. Oh, we got this up here. I think too much interference here. So there. Good job. Congrats. What's next then? Now that you made affiliate, what's next for you, DJ Stacy? Oh, it's really cold in Austin. Yes. So Ames, you know that Laney is in San Antonio, which is not close, but close enough to Austin where it's really cold too. So yes, it's cold. What's up, neighbor? So I'm excited. Today we have two guests coming through. We have MissTiffStarr, who does beauty and variety streaming, and then we have Jayemkayem. So it's gonna be a good chat. It's good chat. Hello there. It's snowing, Lane. So they said, "What's up, Nerd Chris? How we doing?" Your girl Greek Gal is here. Your girl Greek Gal is here. Laney, it's snowing. Make sure you stay safe. We're glad you got power back. Glad you got power back. Yeah. All right. What's up, DJ Cruz One? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. We're here. Oh, you think it's exploded? Tell us, Daz, that's an interesting observation. I'm going to wait for a minute before we make a quick announcement about DJ Daz. But for now, tell us why you feel that's the case. And let us know. All right, let's keep going. Remember, you have questions. I'm going to look through them all. Okay, microphone and music. Good. All right. Yes, come early. That's good. You're here early. The professor would love that. The TA also. Good. So we're just going to go through here. I'm going to talk about a couple of updates from Twitch. Got our interviews coming in. All right, so let's see here. DJ White Gold, what's good, sir? How we doing? We got Jayemkayem coming from your country, Canada. Good to see you. Hope all is well. Been enjoying your streams. Killing it. Miss Denise, what's up? How we doing? Good to see you. All right. Shout out to my mods who are in the place to be. I see Lisa the X, Laney, even though there's a power outage, she's still here. Appreciate that. London, Songbird, Holly. But we're going to ask Holly. She's got to, she's going to have to lurk tonight. You can't be in here, Holly. You need to catch up on work. So yeah, you need to catch up on work. E from DC, thank you for those bits. Appreciate that. Oh, looky here. So this is the first time that my own brother, that's my brother right there, Diddy1304, is here on the stream. I'm so happy you're here. So make sure y'all welcome my brother to the stream. I'm so happy. Thank you for joining. Gotta come back again now. Come back again. So he's in the DC area, so appreciate that. But have me emotional up in here. NYC Dope, what's good? What's good? Hey, marvelous. Good to see you here. We're learning about Twitch. So if anyone has any questions about Twitch, come on in, ask a question. We'll answer it. We will answer it. We'll review. Oh, the stories we've heard there. All right, all right. Okay, so DJ has answered the question. So, because he noticed a lot of new streamers, the DJ section's exploding. So as long as it now sees more activity, the numbers in the channels, yeah. Yeah, so I think what we're seeing now is we've been talking about this since July. Like, just more and more people are coming on the platform. My brother's a good example. It's another good example. Like, just people coming on, finally at least taking a look, seeing what's going on Twitch. So I think you're right, and I think it'll continue to grow because this is where we are right now. This is where we are. Where we are. Okay, good question here. Thank you for those bits. IT, appreciate that. Appreciate it. E from DC also. Thank you for the follow. I think you're my guy. You're real close. You're on top of Gallery Place, right atop the arena, if I remember correctly. Let me know that. DJ Malachi, thank you for the bits. Good to see you. We got a hype train. So in the chat, you could explain to anybody who's here new what a hype train is. But this is where we have some fun and throw some bits legally, show the streamer love, and throw some bits legally, and just take advantage of the what's it called, like the momentum. Yeah, so White Gold, I'm going to come back to your comment here. A question about emotes. Why is it some DJs have lots of emotes and some DJs have just a few? Okay, so this means that some DJs they could be partner, which means with partner you get a ton of emotes. Some DJs who are affiliate use the and I'll show you. They use like the bit emotes and everything. So let's go on to Twitch and let's look here. We're going to Twitch here, share my screen, and we're going to feature family, our guy here, DJ LV, who's doing a really long stream today. So I'll let him pull up. Ames, thank you for those gifted subs. Thank you very much. 5-piece. So what side items do you want, Ames? You're down in Miami. I know they have like the platanos, maduros. Do you want some maduros? Let us know. Do you want dirty rice, Jamaican rice? Let us know. Curry. Thank you for the 5-piece. A 5-piece for all the people in the chat means that someone has gifted 5 different people in the chat a subscription. When you have a subscription, that means you can use the person that's chatting the streamer's emotes anywhere across Twitch. That's what that means. And that's exactly what Ames just did. All right, so hold on for a minute. Nerd Chris, thank you for those bits. White Gold, thank you for that resub. Appreciate that. And Nerd Chris, thank you for gifting a sub to my brother. So let me share the screen. Thank you for gift this sub. We're going to share the screen. And we're going to look at LV's emotes. Share screen. So LV right here, we're going to show this. So a couple things I'll show real quick. So now we got LV. Let's make sure we got the right. It's big enough here. Okay. Yeah, okay, perfect. So you see this, we're watching LV. He's streaming right now. So we're going to go to his stream and we're going to go into his chat. And let me take down this message really quickly. So now you can see it here. All right, so we're in LV Street. I'm going to go click send the message, but I'm going to click on the little smiley face. So then we can see LV's emotes pop up. So this is his emotes. So you see how he has a bunch of them because he's partner. So he has a bunch of emotes because he's a partner. He's got the purple check mark there. So that opens up some emote slots. And there's some that are hidden for the like the bit donations. So that's his right there. Now if we go, let's go to someone else here in the chat. Let's go to someone who's like affiliate here. We're gonna go to, let's go to Real DJ Dark Knight. Okay, so we're in Dark Knights now. And MC, thank you for that 5 stat. Holly, see, I'm missing all the hype train minutes. Holly, thank you for giving out that 5-piece. Now, Holly, what side items do you want up there in the Bay Area? Let me know what side items you want. Let me catch up real quick here. Hold on. Let me catch up real quick here. The gifted sub. Thank you, Holly, again. MC, thank you for that 5 stack. Spoken through music. Thank you for the resubbing. Happy 5-month anniversary. So now we're in DJ Dark Knights. We're going to click on his smiley face. And he has a little bit fewer emotes. So his right here, he has like the 5 they give you being affiliate, and he has a couple extra probably for the bit donations. And you can see that there. So that's that. So that's a quick demonstration about why. let me know. Let's go back and see if we can look at another one here. We'll show more. Let's go to Quasi. Quasi always rates us. Appreciate the love there. So we'll go to Quasi. So now we're going to Quasi's screen here. Where we at? We're at 91% of this level 4 hype train. Thank y'all for the love. Appreciate that. Okay. So we're on Quasi's here. We'll leave him. This is I'm gonna share this really quickly. I'll say hello from Twitch University. You are live during class. So that's there. You put that message in there. All right, and then you'll click on a little smiley face here, and you can see he has his 5 emotes, and then he has a couple extras too. So that's just the difference. Really quick, you'll go through. That's pretty much the main difference. If you were to look at mine, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen now. I see some other things have happened here. NYC Dope, thank you for the resub. Happy 7-month anniversary. Appreciate that. Ames, thank you for gifting a gift sub. So hopefully I answered that question well. You can look, Ivy's here too. You could look really quickly, and you can see for mine, there's like, I have the brandy emote, that's for some cheers or whatever. So like the brandy one, if you submit a certain amount of bits, like you see IT, you send a lot of bits there. And Misty Christie, if you put up the babyface emote, and that's where you can get all the bits. And you can see, like, if you do a certain number of bits, oh, okay, good questions coming up. You'll open up different emotes. I think it's 1,000, 2,500, 5,000. So that's good. So I think I answered your question. Thank you for asking. Let me scroll back here. And mods, also let me know if I'm forgetting any questions. These are great questions here. Let's see here. Hold on. Good. Beatrice, C1, welcome. So you get partner, Ames, you get partner when you stream for 12 days out of the month. You have to average, so I think it's 25 hours. NYC Dope will correct me. I think maybe 25 hours of streaming for the month. And you also have to average 75 viewers. So that's why we talk about viewers on the channel. And wow, we're 127% of the hype train. Thank you. I'm going to go back in a minute. You have to average 75 viewers for your whole month. And that's the challenge. That's the hardest one, is getting the 75 average. Then even if you do have the average, you could apply. And when you apply, there's no guarantee that you'll get it. Maybe they say they want to see some consistency in your streams. So those are the things that need to get partner. And then once you get partner, you get more emotes. That's all I want, is more emotes. I want a Johnny Gill emote. I want the Mod Queen emote. I want a bunch of emotes there. Let me think here. Hold on. Good questions. I see a couple other questions come through. We got about 15 more minutes. I love the open questions section. All right. Make sure if you got a gifted sub. Okay, Ivy, we'll see there. If you're, make sure you tell the person thank you. So Beatrice, in regards to money, can someone add commands if a streamer uses Nightbot? So the answer is yes. And I'm going to share, if you whisper me, there's a video that we played that will show you how to do that. And I will send you a link to that video that'll get it done, because I don't think I have it. Let me see if I have it. It's too long to play right now. But yes, so if you whisper me that question, I'll email. Oh, it's in the Discord. Yes, it's in the Discord. So we'll make sure, that's a good thing. Remind me. Join the Discord. The video's in the Discord, and we can make sure to tag you in the comments section. Good question, though. NYC Dope, how come I don't always get the hype train notifications? Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't pop up. Like, you have to refresh. It's very inconsistent. I read on Twitch support that they're looking into kind of fixing or making some adjustments with that. So that is where it is. So yeah, they're looking at it, but I don't know either. It's really crazy. Okay, hold on for a minute. Let me see here. All right, our guest is here. I see you, MissTiffStarr, in the green room. I'll bring you in a little bit. Okay. And then Beatrice, thank you. So I got to shout out, hold on for a minute.
Are you looking for badges for your stream?
Let me do this real quick.
Home is the largest online shop for streamers. We offer over 2.
So I got to shout out and recognize DJ Daz. So he is now officially my TA for Twitch U. So appreciate that. He's always got great information, keeping me up to speed. So I definitely want to recognize DJ Daz, who's now my first TA. He's been helping me from the beginning. So thank you very much, because we're only as good as the people that help us. So I'm gonna put this comment in here for you, Beatrice, because Daz sent the link out here. So I'll say Beatrice one. Okay, here is link. All right, so there's a link, and I'll also send it to you via Whisper. Also. Okay, good questions here. Let me get these questions. Oh, we're all done the hype train. Thank y'all for crushing the hype train. 127% level 5. Let me recognize more people. Yes, Ivy. Thank you for an 8-month at tier 3. Shout out to DJ Ivy LA. I get all my emotes from her. Thank you for the tier 3 sub for 8 months. That's like the big $25 one too. I appreciate you so much. Ames, thank you for gifting the sub to DJ Kamish. IT, thank you for those 500 bits, that 5 stack. And let's see here. And DJI, 7-month sub. Thank you very much. Okay, so let me see here. I'm going to send this to Beatrice. And there you go. Thank you for asking these questions. All right, let's see another question coming from DJ Kamish. Okay, can you DJ and interview someone using StreamYards and broadcast on Twitch without having to log onto Twitch? Yes. So if you saw the show I did where it's all about the R&B music, that's what I was doing. So we had 4 of us in the stream through StreamYard. I was playing music and we were interviewing people. The one lesson I learned when my phone is buzzing because my mods. So let me put the phone up here. The one thing we learned, Ivy's here, and so this is what we learned during Ivy's stream when we did the battle, because we were talking and we were DJing, is that you have to make sure that nobody has any extra windows of Twitch up, otherwise you get an echo. So I'm very confident that when Ivy and I do our sound check next, we won't have an echo. That's the only thing you have to do. But yes, you can do that. Use StreamYard broadcast. StreamYard has made updates, so now the sound is really much better. So I highly recommend it. If you need help, and I have a referral link I can give to you also. So let me know. Send me a whisper. Yes. Okay, hold on. Let's see here. Thank you for the subs. Any other questions? Let me look to my mods. Okay, here. Okay, thank you, Lainey. That is my phone. Okay, how do I find videos for the background? Okay, let me highlight your questions. Oh, True School, you emailed me your setup. Okay, let me get that real quick too. Thank you, True School. Let's see here. I'm trying to think of the source I use for my videos for my backup. If you whisper me that, there's a source. Let me think on that because I can't remember it right now. But yes, I can do that too. Yes. Okay. Oh, you had to leave and come back. Okay. Good. Natural Aura, thank you for being here. So I'm trying to think of the. Let me keep thinking on that one. Remind me of that. Whisper me that question, and I will. I'll come back to that one too. Let's see here. Okay, we answered. Good. Pixabay, there you go. Pixabay is one, but there's also one I use that's royalty free, and I wrote articles for them too. I'm gonna look it up in a minute here. What was it? Let me look here. Hold on. I'll go royalty free videos. Pixabay. I'll keep looking. Storyblocks is the one I use. This is what I use. I'll put it in the chat. There it is right here. Storyblocks. I'm going to put it in the chat. Storyblocks.com. Good. All right. Okay, so let me think here. It is always cool to grow. Thank you for that. Discord. Yes, so they put the link for the Discord. That's Sam Smythe from Alabama. Good to see you, sir. Okay. Okay, got 10 more minutes. Yes. Okay, yes, storyblocks.com. Thank you for the host, True School. All right, we're good here. Oh, IT had a good question here. I noticed this week at a DJ had sponsors. So this is a question that has many levels. I'll say the really quickly is that how do sponsors go about asking to be promoted on a channel? If you have a sponsor, they can be promoted a variety of different ways. If you see up top where I have the Twitch University logo, that can be where your sponsors can put their logo. They can also have it where you see over here with the professor. You can put their logo up there too. Those are just, you can also do a verbal sponsorship, like you can mention the sponsor every half hour or hour. That's how it works there. There are many things you can do. You can even have like Twitch University February 15th, sponsored by BAI, Buy Water, because I drink it all the time. So there are different ways you can add that on. We do talk a lot about sponsorship in our boot camp, but those are 3 quick ways to do that. So thank you for that question. Okay, Gil. What's up, Gil from the Shellens family? Good to see you. DJ Clive Finn. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Good to see you here. Welcome. All right. Any other questions? Okay, so we're good here. IT. Awesome. Good, good, good. Let me check and make sure we didn't miss anything. Background. Good, good, good. Okay, so we talked about that. Good. All right. All right, so let me see here. Oh, I wanted to show everyone this article. I'm going to walk you through it really quickly, because a lot of times people ask, how can I set a limit? Like, I want to sub until I sub for $100 a month. That's all I can spend on subs. So how can I set up that to make sure I don't go over? So what is coming soon is this. Let's share the screen. Let's share the screen. Cool. All right. I'm going to share the screen. Okay. So this is the Twitch blog that I kind of watch and look at frequently for updates. And we're going to see it pop up here. So you can see introducing the direct debit experiment for reoccurring subs. So in the UK and the European Union, it's starting over there first, but it's going to come here to the United States eventually. This is what they're doing. So if we click here, it'll just walk you through. They're going to allow you to set a direct debit experiment for recurring subs, which means that for reoccurring subs, they're rolling out an experience that allows viewers to use direct debit when starting a new reoccurring sub. Set it up once and you're good to go. You can keep playing and you can keep supporting win-win. Basically, they're going to give you a limit, say $100 for total, like a little debit credit you can put into your Twitch account and use that for your subs, so you can always kind of manage your money that way. So that's one thing I wanted to share today. You can put some questions in the chat about that. When it becomes available here in the US, I'll let you all know. Yeah, so that's coming soon. Yes, I agree. All right, so good there. I want to share that with you. And we'll go back here. I need to set one of those up too. So DJ Stace had a question that I'll share the question that she had about a stream. If someone is in your stream and they are threatening to hurt themselves, this happens a few times, specifically like gamer streams. And DJ Stace ran across that issue last week on one of her streams. It's really tough for you to be able to do anything because you don't know if they're joking or they're being serious. In the US, we have the suicide prevention number. It's the name of a song that Leslie Cara did with Logic. So if someone can get that, you can put that number in the chat. If they're international, which I believe that Stacy's person was, I'm not sure what to do. Maybe if there's an article you can send them or something to send them to maybe have them think about it. But that's something I have to check with. I'm going to ask some of the people I know within like Twitch or online forums how they would handle it. But that's my solution. If you're in the chat and you have a better solution, let us know, because that's something that we don't know about. So let us know that. But that's real serious. So thank you for asking that. And yeah. So we'll do that. I wanted to share that because if someone else has a solution, I'm down for it. Yeah, at least put the number up. Put the number up too. Okay. All right, so that's good. Let me hop over here to my email. Thank you, True School, for sending that setup video. I'm going to download it here. Hopefully it's not too long. Click to download. Download that. Awesome. Okay, I got that there. We're multitasking. All right, thank you, Lisa, for that. Oh, while we're here, before we get to, let me do a couple announcements here. So coming up on Wednesday, we have episode 4 of the Twitch dating game. We're excited. This one, so we have a bachelor and a bachelorette. We have Neil Jackson, who's going to be our bachelor, and we have DJ 360, who will be our bachelorette. 7:30 p.m. We have Damona Hoffman, who's returning as the co-host. So we're really excited about the dating game. If you are interested in being a candidate, either as a bachelor, bachelorette, or a contestant, please, fill out that form and send me a whisper. I can talk to you and walk you through the process. So that's coming up on Wednesday. We're excited about that. It's gonna be fun. Come early because we will keep it moving and it's gonna be fun. Then Friday we're having happy hour. So we have happy hour Friday 6 p.m. 3 Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, celebrating lots of things, including February birthday. So if you're part of the Amaniacs family and you have a birthday in February, please let me know so we can celebrate you. Got some really cool giveaways that we're doing on every half hour. So tune in so you can enjoy the happy hour. Yeah, we're doing that. I'm not sure if we'll do any games. We're gonna bring the trivia back soon enough, and yeah, that's what we're doing there. That's more games, right? So not really games, just music. And just a little earlier stream, trying something new here. All right, so we got 3 more minutes left of questions, and then another. Let me think here. Let's see here. We're going to talk about this after we finish talking with TiffStarr. Is another question that came up was how to manage the chat. And so we're going to talk about managing the chat after we talk with Miss TiffStarr right now. Super Freak, what's up? Good to see you. All right, so we're going to get going. Let me bring Miss TiffStarr into the virtual studio. What's good, LaDawn? Good to see you. Oh, so Ames, I don't know this. Oh, there was a way you could tell. Ames, if you hover over their name, you can see whether or not they are subbed or not if they're in the chat. So if you hover over the name, it'll let you know because my Andrea taught us this last week. So if you hover over the name, it'll let you know if they're subbed or not because it'll allow you to gift them a sub right from there. If it's grayed out, that means they're subbed. So you can try that really quickly. You don't need to do another 5-piece, but you could try it to see if it works. So, but thank you for asking. I appreciate that question. Let me know if that works. Ooh, we have a raid coming in. There is a raid from Quasi Man Disco. So welcome in, Raiders. We were just looking at you on stream there, looking at your emotes, Quasi. All right. So we got the command going. Welcome, Raiders. Did that work, Ames? Let us know if that worked. Come on in, everybody. Thank you again. Make sure you're following Quasi Mandisco. He is the voice of the Twitch dating game. He did my voiceovers for that game, so I got to get you to do more. I need more. So welcome in. Good girl, goodies. Thank you for the resub. Happy 5 months. Ames, did that work? Thank you for giving that sub to DJ Stacy. Appreciate that. We're just rolling right along. Right. Yep, there you go, Tally DJ. See the commands. Dream Diva, welcome. Welcome, everybody. All right, we're going to get TiffStarr in the building. Hold on, here we go. All right, so Miss TiffStarr, how are we doing? There we are.
Coming in dancing.
Oh, and you got the shirt on too. Look at that. Look.
You know I gotta represent the Animaniacs.
Animaniacs.
What? I mean, my bad.
No, because a lot of the Animaniacs is kind of where we got it from, but you got the shirt. That's a beautiful shirt there too.
Animaniacs,
cool.
yes.
Welcome to Twitch University, Miss TiffStarr. How are we doing today?
We're doing better.
Okay.
I had a stream earlier that was an epic fail. So
okay. Well,
we're doing good.
Why was it an epic fail? Let's help you. What happened? Talk to us.
Well, today I had a new awakening thanks to Diva929. Shout out to her. I see her in the chat. I was using Streamlabs OBS, which worked perfect for me. Had no issues, and I had a rescheduled stream today making my glow oil because I normally do it on Sundays, but it was hella static and echoes like crazy. So she told me to try OBS, but I thought Streamlabs was like user friendly. It was easier. It was better. But when I switched over to OBS, it was super clear, no static, no issues. So now I will be on the regular OBS.
Okay.
Instead of getting rid of Streamlabs.
Okay. It really depends on what works for different people. So sometimes Streamlabs, OBS works, sometimes OBS works. So it just depends. So that's good that you learned and you troubleshooted. So props to you.
It does depend on that.
Okay. I'm excited that you're on the show for a couple of reasons. First of all, you're super cool. Second of all, is that you're a variety streamer. You do a lot of beauty streaming and some music, and it's important for us to talk to different people from different industries. So first, I want to ask the three-part question. Where does your Twitch name come from? Where does your company name come from? First two. I'll let you answer those two.
My Twitch name, MissTiffStarr. I got that back in 2005. I was always like freestyle rapping out of nowhere, but it was very bad freestyle rapping. And my friends at the time were calling me SpliffStar, but because I don't smoke weed, it turned into TipStar. So I have been TipStar since 2005.
Good.
And Clay Botanics is the name of my what up, Angelus? Whoop. Clay Botanics came from I started off with making clay masks, and they have botanical ingredients, and so I just mix clay botanics, Clay Botanics with a K.
All right. Now, if you know the history of Twitch University, we had a previous young lady who was a freestyle rapper that dropped a freestyle for us live. Are you comfortable dropping a couple verses for us right now from back in the day?
I bet she was good and she was serious. My freestyle is a joke, and they only last like 2 bars. So
give us 2 bars, and we'll take 2 bars, and it's you.
I'm done. No.
You say no? Okay. If you get so motivated,
they just have to come sporadically.
Well, if the mood enters you, then pause the interview and do the freestyle right away. That's what I'm going to say about that. Now, how did you find Twitch, and what inspired you to stream?
Right. So I found Twitch. I came over to Twitch through DJ MOS from Instagram, because that was when Instagram started to shut off everybody. So he brought us over, and I stayed. And what brought me to streaming is that one day I just came across this guy. He makes candles, and he was just streaming himself making candles and talking to the chat and just playing music. Like, he's just doing his everyday work like he normally does. And I'm like, hold up, I do that in my kitchen all the time. And I actually bought his candles just from watching his stream. And it was very laid back. And I was like, I could do that. I could just, just be myself. I'm not trying to sell nothing. You could just come in and watch me do what I do every Sunday. So that's how I got to streaming. And the Wednesdays is just work and lurk, where I just play music. It's either like live performances, videos. Last week I did horns and hip hop. So I just played music that were predominant in horns. Okay. So it changes from week to week.
How has streaming on Twitch helped your business?
Well, I definitely got more customers. Well, so I like it because it reaches a new audience, outside of social media, my email list, and my immediate network. So that's a benefit of me coming on here and, streaming my skincare products.
Okay. And just for reference, I was able to, hold on, let me get the little thing up here. I tried some of the product, and I have a picture here of me in the mask just the other day. So that's me in the mask right there. So that's me in the mask. The only mistake.
I love it.
The only mistake I made was I probably left it on just a little too long, but my face, because it was just, I think the other day, felt great. So I'm a fan. So tell us what the product was that I've got, and then all of some of your other different products, and what are the best sellers.
Yeah, I think you got the vitamin C.
Yes.
Yeah, correct. It looks like it, because the vitamin C it's full of antioxidants and ingredients that are high in vitamin C, and it's mixed with Ayurvedic ingredients. So it's a clay mask with Ayurvedic and botanical ingredients, which is why it's called vitamin C. But it's good for like lightening dark spots, evening your skin tone, helping with acne and all of that. And just on Friday, I did a a stream on Neil Jackson's morning
Yes.
show
Yes.
showing him and William Lifestyle how to mask. And William already knew how to mask,
Right.
but I was showing Neil the type of mask that you had, and that was really fun.
Okay. Okay. And did I mask appropriately? Did I do it the right way? Was
It
that
looks good. You didn't, you kept out of your eyes, nose, and mouth. That was a big lesson on Friday to keep it out of your
right?
eyes.
Right. Yeah.
Because sometimes people will put it on for their eyebrows. It's like you don't need to put it over your eyebrows. You don't
Okay.
need to do all that.
All right. When you came to Twitch, you mostly saw DJs and music streamers. What inspired you to stream? Because you actually stream when you're making your product, when you're doing demos. What inspired you to take that route?
Well, that came from the other streamer who was streaming his products. That just kind of like put a light bulb in my head. Like, this is I talk to I have Twitch friends. I talk to people all the time. Like, it's a community. So that way I felt more comfortable getting on. It's just like hanging out with the people you talk to all the time. So that made it easier. Normally I'm not good with like big audiences, but this feels like more intimate and, hi Jenna. Quasi. But you know what? I bought a mic. So when I bought a mic for my for when I'm playing games or I'm doing the Work and Lurk series, and I kind of want to turn it on just to see if it
let's
sounds
see it.
good.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me just switch it.
Switch it out. Good.
I didn't start with it because I wasn't sure.
Yeah, we're here we learn together.
If it was going to work.
So it sounds good. Let me see here. Any echo? No.
Is there any difference?
Yes, there's a definite difference. So use the mic. That's good.
Okay, because I can't hear myself back, so I don't know how it sounds. But yeah, I bought a
Blue Yeti.
A Blue Yeti mic.
Okay.
And when I tried it, it really didn't I felt like it didn't sound good or any different. So I really wasn't using it. But I figured today.
You use the mic. It sounds much better. And tell us more. Okay, so that's the mic you prefer to use. What else is your setup? Because I think that a lot of people will see that even the simplest of setups can take you a long way. So what's your setup?
Well, I'm a Mac woman. So everything I have was on my computers were Mac. And I learned that I needed a PC to stream. So I bought like this refurbished Lenovo, very, very basic, very bare minimal PC laptop to stream on. And it also gave me excuse to buy because I wanted to play games as well. So and I was like, bet I'll just get the PC, play games, stream and everything. But when I watch Twitch on the Apple computer, it buffers a lot. So if it buffers while I'm just watching it, I know it's not a good idea to stream on it. So I definitely have the PC to stream, and then I use my laptop to look at the stream.
Okay, good. So and then you have your microphone. That's it. That's your whole setup, and you just kind of go to work from there.
Yeah, but the microphone I don't use while I'm in the kitchen because I'm far from it. So I just use the mic from the computer.
Okay. Maybe yeah, that can work, but try using the mic too, because it does sound much better. I want to go back to something you said. When you watch Twitch and you're on the PC, you found that it buffers less. Is that what you said?
I haven't seen any buffering yet. I don't watch Twitch on the PC. I just stream from it.
Okay.
But if I'm watching Twitch on my iMac, it'll buffer in and out. It'll shut off and say error, and then I have to refresh.
Yeah. Okay. Where that's a constant. I don't want to say. Let me. What the word? That's a constant area of opportunity for all of us streamers to help the viewers have less buffering, and it's internet speed, and it's crazy. So I'm gonna go over a couple options later on that show how streamers to do it. But I'd be interested to see if there's a lot of buffering on the PC thing. Okay, so good. What other products are like your kind of your top sellers, and how do you choose which products you're going to make live on stream?
Well, so far I've been doing a lot of body butter, which is here. It's shea butter with jojoba oil, vitamin E, and essential oils. And I hand blend this. Like, I don't melt it, put it in the refrigerator, wait a few hours, and then blend it again. Like, I do cold hand blending. So it takes a lot of work. So by the time I'm done making it, I need more. So it's like the next Sunday, I need to stream making more body butter. But I make that the most. It is a good seller. I have like a facial oil. I have a ring light too. This is kind of not, it doesn't look that great, but that's another item that I have for stream. This ring light.
Okay, good.
But I do facial, botanical facial toners. It's like flower water, facial cleansers, clay mask, ready to use and DIY. But that's all on claybotanics.com. And I make it's homemade. It's all natural, anti-aging skincare.
So when your demand gets to a level that, like, how are you going to manage your demand when you get to a level where it's going to be hard for you to continue to make it as frequently as you would like? Like, what is your plan?
Well, I've been researching manufacturers who can reproduce my products. So when I do find that opportunity to have it in stores, which is my goal, is to have it in retail and shops, then I can have a manufacturer on hand. But the goal is to get out of the kitchen and not do it myself.
Okay. Yeah. What are the benefits? I'm really curious about the body butter, the shea butter. What are the benefits for your skin if you apply that consistently?
Well, the shea butter, it's thick, so a little goes a long way. I use it all year long, but it's great for dry skin. It even has a natural SPF. However, don't go to the beach and just using that alone.
Right.
But it does protect the skin and moisturizes. It stays on, and you have a natural body glow when you have that body butter on there.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
I love it. If you have questions for Tiff, put them in the chat. We'll ask her live on stream. When was your first day? When was your first stream?
That was in January. I don't remember the date.
Okay. So you've been streaming for 2 months now.
Yeah. And it's been going well, except for the last 2 weeks. Sunday before last, I had no internet. My internet just went out, so I couldn't even stream.
Okay. Good. Exotic Reds, thank you for the host. Like, I always ask this question, so I'm curious, like a month or two in, if you were going to start over, say we're going to rewind back to early January and you're going to start over from the beginning, what would you do differently?
Use OBS because it is so much more crisp and clear. Like today I did a test stream with it and it was like, I was amazed how much clearer it was. I thought it was because of my refurbished basic PC. I thought it was the quality of that, but it was the platform that I was using. So that's the only thing. Everything's been fine. I was a little worried about the mic, how I sound over because I play music in the background, but so far it's been good until now. So
it's gonna be good. No, we're gonna think positive, and
it's good. We're good now, and we got the mic. I got the mic approval.
Yeah, you got the mic approval. 812-07076. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. Where do you want to see this go? What can Twitch do for your personal and your professional brand, in your opinion?
Business. not just getting customers, but I want people to love my products and return to buy them again. So the goal is to get you to love it so you can come back for more. And then we're helping each other out. You're supporting a small business. I'm supporting you with your natural skincare needs. And that's the goal for now.
All right.
As far as Twitch.
Okay, that's good. Speaking of growing, so Friday for the happy hour, I'm going to be giving away some of MissTiffStarr's products. So you got to tune in for the happy hour. We're going to raffle off some of the products. So surprise to you. Yes. So we're going to do that on
Okay.
Friday.
I didn't know
What?
that.
What? Yeah. See, surprise. What advice do you give other people that are really interested in like variety or doing makeup streaming or kind of starting their own streams, but they're scared? You were initially scared or worried, but you took the leap. Props to you for the courage. What advice do you give other people who are scared and haven't started yet?
Um, if you're a little nervous about it, just don't try to be so much a teacher. I think that's where I would probably stumble over, like trying to teach you and educate you, which I need to be doing more. But if you just start off and just do what you normally do and then just casually chat, and then the questions will come, you know. You can also have like a timer link that could pop up, and you know it'll guide people to your website, or if you want to give a discount code. But just have casual conversations and just work and do what you normally do. That will help. If you have any nerves, that will help you. That's kind of what got me comfortable, if I'm just doing what I normally do.
Okay. Now you view a lot of streams. You're in a lot of streams, participating in the chats. Like you're a very active user. So first of all, thank you for being an active user. All of us streamers love that. What advice or how are you able to so effectively navigate the different Twitch streams? Because here at Twitch U, we like to give advice to viewers also. And what have you done to make it just really easy for you to view streams and comment and chat? Because you didn't start this way. So how did you get to where you are now?
As a viewer?
As a viewer, yes.
Well, I do this a lot while I'm working. So
That many people do.
It could be a distraction too, but and that's real. It can be a distraction. I don't know. It's just you can just start off by saying hello. If you don't know anyone and you want to start, just get in there, just say hello, and then, you know, see who bites back and talk. But once you see familiar names, you know, you like, that's your friend, you give them a shout out, you say what's up, and it becomes second nature. Just, you know, communicating in the chat, and you could work and do it at the same time, you know?
All right. Good. Yeah. Remember, if you have any questions for MissTiffStarr, put them in the chat. When you make your products, like, how are you able to multitask? That's pretty difficult when you're making the products, but you're also paying attention to the chat and you're also kind of describing what you're doing. Talk to us about that process. Yes.
I am so bad at reading the chat. I don't know how DJs do this, because DJing is, you got to pay attention. It's a lot going on. I see a lot of switching and twitching and you going back and forth. And then a lot of DJs don't miss a beat with the chat. And I guess that takes practice. I don't know, or a method, but I'm bad with that. Like, I'll stop and I'll literally just like stare at the chat to catch up and read, and then I'll go back. But just to look up, it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard for me. So it's going to take some time to find a method to do that. But it's great to have mods there to catch the people that come in that you don't catch on time. So that's and Diva929, that's one of my mods.
Okay, good. Then do you mod any channels yourself?
I do. I didn't think I was ever going to be a streamer or a mod. It was something I did not want to do, but now I enjoy it. So I mod for Diva929 and Quasi-Mandisco.
Okay. What are some tips for mods that have helped you grow as a moderator?
Make a cheat sheet, because jumping from stream to stream, even my own commands, I forget, because I'll think of Quasi's commands or Diva's commands and I forget my own. But just make a cheat sheet with the commands for each streamer that you're modding for. That way, you know, you can be on top of it and not get them mixed up, which I do often.
Okay, so good. Yes. So cheat sheet number 1. What else? Give us like 3 good tips that you have.
Okay, so there's those spammers that come, not spammers, but they might be bots. Yeah, I guess they're spammers. They'll come in, just say something. A lot of time when you get used to looking at screen names, and when it kind of looks funky, I'll click, when I'm in mod mode, I'll click on the name. And if I see that they just created that account that day, then now my eye is on them, because more than likely they're spamming or they're about to say something crazy. So you just have to watch out for the screen name and check when they created the account. It's usually the same.
Yeah. Great tip. Keep going. What's number 3? That's a great tip.
Oh, there's 3. Make sure you try to greet as many people as you can. A lot of times we are multitasking, which is fine, but just say hello. You don't have to say much, but just make sure you greet everyone. Was that 2?
No. You gave us 3. That's 3 great tips too. Make sure you give.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What you initially were a little bit concerned or scared to be a mod. How did you kind of decide to go for it? What changed your mind?
Because I really don't like to spend a lot of time on the computer, because I have a 9 to 5 and I'm already on the computer. Even before I start work, I do my own business on the computer, and I like to take breaks. I'm usually off the computer when I'm done. So that's why I didn't think I can fit modding in, but it's actually not that bad, because I keep a schedule of things that I need to do, but it's really not that bad for me anymore.
Okay.
But I won't do no more than 2. I won't mod for more than 2 streamers.
Since you have a day job, how do you balance your day job, your own business, and Twitch?
That calendar, baby. I got So I literally write out for the week what I need to do for that week. If I need to create social media posts, which I'm not a fan of, I would love to hire somebody again to do that. I need to create emails when I need to make products, and daily I'm sending out packages, but I just make a schedule. Okay. And
yeah, keep going. You make a schedule. Anything else? Because that's a lot. Like because you need the day job to pay the bills, but you're trying to grow your business. Any other tips? Because including myself, there are many people in the chat that have a 9 to 5 but want to grow their Twitch and want to grow their own business. How have you been able to do it successfully?
Well, don't quit your day job. Number 1, to start your own. I mean, well, actually, let me take that back. Everybody's different. But in the beginning, the reason why I say that, because in the beginning, you're going to come out of pocket yourself if you don't have an investor. So that's the part that I'm referring to. It does take a lot of work. I've been doing this for 3 years, and start small. Like, don't spend a lot of money on inventory, and don't get trademarked right away, or don't spend a lot of money in the first year. Just see how it goes. Because sometimes you want to change your name of your business. You change the products. I had no intentions of doing shea butter, because I was like, it doesn't fit in with my skincare, but it became like a big seller, and it was a high demand, and now I love doing it. So you never know if your business would change. Just take your time. Don't spend a lot of money in the first year, and see how it goes. See what people grab onto and what doesn't work, because you're going to have to, shift and change up. So just take it easy in the first year.
Great advice. So I'm going to read a question. Claudia, good to see you, by the way. How are you? She has a question for you. She says, I mod for a DJ who's very good at greeting people and shouting out when they sub our gift. Is it too much to also shout out and greet as a mod? What is your opinion on that?
No, it's not too much. However, when I'm streaming, I kind of feel awkward. Like, if it's only like a couple of people in my chat and they all know each other, I probably won't shout them out, because I already know they know each other, and it feels awkward to shout out. But no, I don't think it's too much.
Okay.
Shout everybody out.
Yeah, I think, kind of err on the side of giving a little too much attention than too little attention. Would you kind of agree with that?
Say that again?
Like it's probably better to give people too much attention than too little attention. So kind of do that.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, and it's positive. It's something, it's not, it's a positive thing. You're shouting somebody out. Yeah.
Okay. Now, tell us when you're
However,
Okay, go ahead.
However, I do. I noticed the longer I've been on Twitch, it almost feels like you're obligated to like as soon as somebody comes in to like shout them out, like as soon as they come, which is great. But now it feels routine. And I think maybe like let them marinate a little bit in the chat and then, at least for 5 minutes and then you can shout or two minutes, whatever, and then you can shout them out. But it almost becomes like if you don't do it right away, then are they going to look at me like I'm, not showing love back? But sometimes you just want to settle in a little bit and then maybe like shout out.
Yeah. I think a lot of DJs have learned, like, some people just come in and want the shout out and they leave. They could be DJs, other streamers. They just want to kind of get their shout out, maybe get their link up, and then they leave. So you can kind of put in some rules for that, like maybe 15 minutes. Make sure they stay in the stream for 15 minutes. Then you drop their link. There are different things that have been done that are kind of effective. So I'm glad that you said that.
Yeah. And sometimes people are legit, like they're busy and doing things and you just want to like say hello. You could tell who those people are, but sometimes you just want to hop in, just say hello. But then again, it's like if you're busy and you just want to say hello, then you have to stay there to say hello back to everybody.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So it's like either you're gonna lurk or you're just gonna ask you to show love. But
awesome. Well, tell us your streaming schedule. When are you streaming next?
Wednesdays I do Work and Lurk music series. It's I always switch that up. That's on Wednesdays, 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 Eastern. And then on Sundays, I'm in the kitchen switching, turning bricks to whip. That's the shea butter.
All right.
And doing that's 4 p.m. Pacific and 7 Eastern.
Love
Wednesdays
it.
and Sundays.
Well, congrats on being a very successful streamer. Keep going. We're just pleased that you were able to join us tonight for Twitch U. Thank you for sharing your wisdom and advice, and to stay in touch. Great job.
I'm laughing at Meta studying to be a professional greeter and lurker.
Yes. Well, aren't we all? Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Great job, and we'll see you soon.
All right. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
All right, that was awesome. Thank you very much, MissTiffStarr, for that wisdom. Awesome. And remember, Friday, we're getting ready some more products. You saw the picture of me in the products the other day, so check that out. Great job. Put some ones and some hearts in the chat for MissTiffStarr. Make sure you're following her. Yeah, I just love to kind of highlight different types of streamers and just show you what's possible here on Twitch, because it's not all about the music. And if you're doing more, I'm a fan. Now, next, I'm going to show True Schools in the audience. So for our latest series about what's your setup, he's going to walk us through what his setup is. There's a video that we have also that will show you the first, I think we had about 12 people setups on there. So there's a video that'll pop in there too. Thank you, Tanya. My skin is glowing. I love it. That's good. So thank you. So let's do that video real quickly. And if you have questions for True School, he's in the audience. And then we're going to get to Jayemkayem, who's here in the green room. All right, so hold on. Let's go here. Here we go.
Hey, what's up, Amani? This is Ren, aka Renoir, aka Ren the Vinyl Archaeologist from Oakland, California, representing True School. Just wanted to give you my setup. I mean, when people submit their setup to you, they're usually, show you all the different hardware, but my setup is not very much hardware, but mostly the power is really in the software. I use Switcher Studio, which is basically the same thing that VaderMix uses. It's a very powerful app. I highly recommend it. I've been using it for years. I originally, just was trying to DJ live stream from the club and pre-COVID. And this is what I've been using. I've definitely, gone out to different places and live streamed performances and lectures and stuff like that for other people. So it's really handy, very portable, since it only uses iPhones and iPads, and that's pretty much most of my hardware is that. So I can put this inside a backpack and take it on the go if I needed to. Now, let me just give you the pros and cons and stuff like that. First of all, yeah, there are obstacles to live streaming. It's not easy, and it could be expensive. A streaming laptop, what, $1,500 at least? Video card, Stream Deck, audio interface, all those things can, run you in the thousands. Plus, there's a learning curve. OBS is not that easy. And I've run across a bunch of people who call me all the time and ask me for OBS help. And I'm not even an expert. I know how to make it work, but I haven't yet really successfully done it without having errors and problems. The cons. These are only, the app only uses iPhones and iPads. So you can't use your DSLR camera to connect, or any other like webcams and stuff like that. If you do, you may lose quality. It's got no OBS features, like putting the chat on the screen and stuff like that, or the follow notifications that pop up when people follow you. You can't do any of those things. But the pros are it's super user friendly. I've gotten people started on this system. So many people very simply, very easily. It's, anyone can figure this out. It's reliable. The sound sounds good. The quality of the video looks good. And the startup cost is really like you're only paying for this app $30 a month, and you can use anything you have laying around, an iPhone or iPad, and you're golden. In terms of the sound, though, I have to say that you either have to use an iRig or some sort of. I use this little device. I can't take it off right now, but it's a little tiny device. Costs you $8 to plug in your mixer into your iPad via USB, and you're golden. Either one of those will work for this. So, that's the only added hardware on top of the iPhone or iPad. And the other advantage is it's portable. And it's also wireless. All the cameras connect wirelessly, so you don't have to hardwire all these cameras together. You can have them spaced out and not have all these lines running all over the place. The features I'd like to go over. You can do multi-camera live editing, as I mentioned. Right now I have about 4 cameras connected. So I can go from camera to camera. Let me show you so I can use, these are all my different views right here. So you can go from camera to camera. You can go to this view, blam. You can go to, my front view has the green screen app on it. So that's how that would look. Yeah, so that's one of the features. You could add graphics, lower thirds, and logos. So let me show you that. Let's see. You could do, for example, I wanted to add a crate. Or actually, let me fix my view right here real quick. So I'm full screen. Blam. So that's, and I could just add overlays just like that, very simply. Anything that's in your camera roll, you can add to your stream. So that's some of the graphics right there. Overlays. You could also do screen sharing, and that's how I do my video DJing and include different videos that I happen to be playing. And the other part is if you wanted to bring somebody in, like you would like you do on StreamYard, you can bring at least one person in. Right now, at least with this subscription, you can do more, but you have to pay the higher subscription rate, and I'm not really down with that. I'd rather use StreamYard than to spend an extra however many $100. So that's pretty much it. Everything is built into the app, as I mentioned. Everything is all right there. It does the streaming for you. You can use the chat feature. It's inexpensive. It's easy to use. I really suggest it. It's called Switcher Studio, and you can download the app, switcherstudio.com, for more information. And that's about it, y'all. Peace out.
All right, so thank you very much, True School, for that. I saw you all had some questions. That's the website where you can pick it up, try it out. I know Vader Mix uses it very well. He does some phenomenal things on his streams, so that's another resource for you. But thank you for that setup, real detail. I love how you only use iPhones and you just keep it real simple, but have the 4 views. So really cool stuff. Excellent job there. Good. So Switcher Studio, I'll put it in there. The name of this app, that's where it is right there. So hopefully DJ Cruz, you saw that. So cool there. Thank you, True School, for that. Great job. All right, so next up, let me take this banner down. Next up, we have to the chat from, I believe she's in Toronto. We're going to find out in a minute. Toronto, Canada. So let me bring you in here. Hello there.
Hello.
Yes, so Jayemkayem, welcome to Twitch University.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
We're excited to have you. We always ask people, what does your screen name mean? What does your DJ name mean? How did it come to fruition?
Okay, well, I mean, it's not that really that cool of a story, unfortunately. My initials are JMKM. And when, social media really started becoming a thing in like the late 2000s, I was like, this is before I was DJing or doing any of that stuff. And it was just my handle, my social media handle.
Right.
I was trying to think of a handle that no one else would have. And then I also wanted something that I knew wouldn't change throughout my life. You know what I mean? That it was going to be something that was constant no matter what stage of my life I was in. So I guess even before I was really DJing and stuff, I was kind of thinking about it from a branding standpoint. But that's how I landed on it. And there's pros and cons to it, like there's the pros are that no one else has it. Like it's so, if I ever need to like secure a handle on a new social platform like Twitch or whatever it is, like I can always get it. And then the cons, one of the biggest cons is like it's kind of a mouthful, but people shorten it to JM, and I think that's easy to say. So
yeah,
that's kind of where I'm at.
I love it. And to continue, in 30 seconds or less, who is Jayemkayem?
Oh man, Jayemkayem is she's a jack of all trades, master of none kind of character. She's a music lover, music fan, a social butterfly, a DJ, event producer, promoter, community-minded person. That was more than 10 seconds, but...
Yeah, but you had 30. You got 15 more. Keep going.
Okay. What else do I like? I like sneakers. I like fashion. I have a cat. I have a partner, Frieza, who I love. I'm just I think that the one thread of my life, though, is that I'm a fan of music before anything, and that fandom has spawned into many other different projects.
It has, and we're going to talk about a lot of the projects you're working on. My first question, though, I'm very curious. I know you had a corporate job working in the telecommunications industry.
I did.
How did you get the courage to leave that job after so many years and start to pursue music, or just pursue music full time?
It's funny. Like, I felt like I think a lot of people feel like this too when they're in those environments, is like, I kind of felt like I was always like destined to do more or do bigger things than what I was doing. Like, I would be sitting in my cubicle, just like wondering, like, is this all there is for me in my life? So I had that thought for many years. And at the time I was always kind of doing stuff on the side and, like music related projects on the side that were just for fun. It was passion. It wasn't even about like making money or career or anything like that. And then over time, those things kind of just started, making a little bit of money and taking up more of my time. And then it just got to a point where I realized, like, wow, I could do the side stuff all the time.
Yes.
And that was really it. It was like a slow kind of build. And then it just got to the point where I was ready to make the leap. And it was also timing at that point in my life. I was just kind of hungry for a change. And, I was coming out of like a long time relationship. So I was kind of reinventing myself a little bit. And I wanted to, it's great to work in a corporate environment, because you get a lot of great experience. My cat is here now. You can see his tail.
I love it.
Yeah. So I'm so thankful that I had that time in that setting. But I felt like I was just called to do more, I guess. And then the last straw at that job that really showed me that I could really be out there doing different things was the company I worked for is called Shaw Media. They're like a big telco in Canada. And at the time in 2014, they had just purchased a stake in a streaming service called RDO that's no longer around. But it was like a Spotify kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And this is before Spotify had even officially launched in Canada. And so this company bought the stake in this company, which for this company, they're a pretty like conservative, like minded kind of company. So for them to like purchase a stake in this kind of like new technology was like kind of exciting. And I randomly just like, literally my manager just came to me one day and was like, hey, you like music and you're like a young millennial person. He was like, you should just like work on this project. So I kind of got thrown into like working on some marketing stuff for the RDO sector of the business. And it was crazy. Like I was in meetings with people who were like way senior to me, who were like, tell us what you think, or what do you think we should do? And I was like, something clicked there, I was like, okay, I clearly have like some knowledge here that people out there in the world want. So yeah, that's kind of how that happened.
I love it. Yeah. And people want more of your knowledge too. Just so people are aware, shout out to DJ White Gold. He's in the chat there. Yes. Good to see you. You also have your own independent record label. You run that, and you're co-founder of a community radio station and music discovery platform. So just so people know what you're bringing to the table tonight, I want people to know.
Yes, I do all those things. I've always been that way. I have a little bit of like, I want to do so many things. You know what I mean? Like I have many interests, and I think that I think that at the beginning of my career, some people sort of would give me opposite advice to pursuing many different interests. They would be like, oh, you need to like focus in on your one thing. And that just really never felt natural to me. It felt more natural to like dive into like all these different little interests that I had. But the great thing about it is like, I feel like there's like an overarching theme to them. So that kind of allows it to make sense, because I'm like kind of living in this little world. But having lots of different sections to keep myself engaged,
Yeah, keep your mind, because if you have a crazy mind, you need to be doing many things to keep yourself busy. I find that advice where people used to give about you can only do one job and do it well is a very old school way of thinking. And if anything, we've learned many things in the pandemic, but if you've learned something, you need to diversify your income streams and have many different things you can do in the case we run into this again. How do you feel about that?
Oh yeah, like I've definitely been a huge proponent of that. Like even since before the pandemic, I was always doing like multiple different things, and those two projects that you mentioned, like the label and the community radio station, like those aren't really like, I wouldn't call those revenue generating endeavors. Those are more like passion projects, but I have many other revenue generating endeavors outside of DJing. If you think of your income as like a pie, definitely DJing was the biggest slice of the pie. But then I had lots of these other little slices that I was doing, like, some consulting work over here, and then freelancing for this person, and then, being a public speaker and doing all these little stuff. So honestly, and that saved me like in this pandemic, like 1,000% it saved me, not only like from a livelihood and like income standpoint, but just like I felt less panicked when the pandemic hit. It was for sure like one of the scariest times of my life, because I saw all my DJ work and all my bookings that I had for spring and summer of last year like completely dry up, a lot of money gone. So that part was like scary for sure. But I think the knowledge that I have many different skill sets that I could tap into to like, keep myself afloat was like very empowering. So I definitely am a huge advocate for that, of just like getting out there, figuring out what everybody's different and everybody has a unique set of skills to offer the world. We can all do so many things. It's not just the one thing. So just tapping into that and figuring out what that is.
So one of your skills I want to ask about is public relations. First, how did you find Twitch and what inspired you to start streaming on Twitch?
Okay, so I found Twitch through the gaming community, actually, because I had DJ'd a bunch of like esports events. So I actually had the chance to meet a few like really pretty high level streamers. Like this is like 2 years before the pandemic hit, and I was DJing events for them in Toronto and stuff. And so I knew of the platform, and it was cool getting to know them, and just honestly didn't know that people could play video games and like for a living. I thought that was pretty awesome. I was like, oh, that's cool. And then, but also learning from them that it's not just what happens while you're on the stream. It's like, you know, they're building these whole communities that live offline, whether it's through Discord, whether it's through whatever. So I always thought that was pretty cool, but I just never really saw a need for myself to do it. Which is kind of interesting in hindsight because I was doing the radio thing. So I already had an interest in like streaming some kind of content, and, you know, ultimately, like whether it's Twitch or whether it's radio, like it's all about the shared experience that you're having with people, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's kind of funny in hindsight that I didn't like think to do it before, but so that's how I learned of it. And then I had watched like a few things on Twitch prior to pandemic, but the person who really got me on it, like for the DJ stuff, is my friend Cut Corners. He is like a great DJ and streams himself, and he works for Serato, which is the DJ software company. And yeah, he was like really early on in the pandemic. He was like, we have like a little DJ group that we're all part of. Like it used to be on Facebook and now we have a Discord, but he was really encouraging everybody to get on it and stuff like that. And I think it just like, I dragged my feet a little bit because I was like, I just wasn't motivated at the very beginning. Like I said, I think the shock was still like setting in a bit. And then, you know, when I realized that we were going to be in this for like a while, I was like, okay, I gotta look into this Twitch thing. And I spent like quite a while just like on the platform, like looking around before I ever streamed. You know, I spent a couple of weeks just like poking around and seeing what I could see and watching a lot of different kinds of streams and like taking it in and like learning the terminology and stuff. And then my first stream was actually not on my own channel. I did a few like guest kind of streams on other people's channels, which is actually like a really nice way to like dip your toe in a bit, you know? Yeah. And so, yeah, then I started my own channel in April. So yeah, it's been a little while.
So you're coming up on 10 months. Soon you'll celebrate your year. I want to ask you a question about your DJ career. What does Lotus Queen and DJ Reese mean to you as a DJ?
Wow. Lotus Queen and DJ Reese, those are like some of my earliest strong women DJ figures that I ever knew of in my my home city of Calgary, which is like, I don't know if anybody's heard of Calgary. Some people will have, but it's a small city, you know, it's like a 1 million person city. So it's like, you know, I would classify that as a small city. In Canada's kind of Midwest, and you know, not too much like exciting stuff happens there. It has like a good music scene, but a small music scene, you know what I mean? And yeah, DJ Reese was like this, she was this super dope turntablist chick who was like so badass. She kind of had like a gothy look, and played a lot of really dope like hip hop. And she actually came up in the DMCs, which were like a competition, World of DJing Turntablism. And I always thought that was really cool because you really did not see any women in that sector of DJing, you know, like you did not see them at all. So I thought it was cool that she came up in that world in the late 90s, which then was like even more of a bro down, you know, than it. So she was super inspirational to me always. And then Lotus Queen is also amazing. She's a drum and bass DJ, and she had a radio show. And yeah, oh my God, people know about the Stampede.
Yeah, the Flames. You know?
So, yeah, Stampede, the Calgary Olympics. You guys got it exactly. That's so funny. It's a beautiful place, but yeah, it's just like kind of a sleepy town. But yeah, those women are both so awesome. And like Lotus Queen is for sure still like pretty she's still doing her thing out there. I think DJ Reese is doing less now. She now actually has a vintage clothing shop, which is super cool. So she's still doing like creative, awesome things. But yeah, I love those two women.
Yes,
They're awesome.
that's great. Now we're gonna talk about like your DJing and your musical knowledge. How did playing the violin and the flute as a child help your musical career?
Wow, you really did your research. I played instruments as a child. I grew up in Hong Kong, and I went to a British school in Hong Kong, like a private school. And like we had to learn an instrument in my school, which is so interesting. Like I didn't think anything of it at the time that everyone was like required to play an instrument. But now looking back, I'm like, oh, that was really cool. Like they should do that at all schools. And not just like the recorder, like that little, I know a lot of people
Yes.
play that like plastic recorder situation, but we had to pick a whole ass instrument and like play it. So that's crazy. But I think it's, I think that one thing that playing an instrument and learning music at a young age really helps you to do is like kind of be disciplined for one. I think it instills a great sense of discipline in people. And also just like listening to music in a different way than someone who maybe has not played an instrument would. I think that is something that I really find with people who play instruments versus not, is like you just notice certain things, you know what I mean? So I'm definitely thankful for that foundation. I wish I had kept up with it though, but I think that as I started to grow up and like, the band geek like trope like kind of got in my head. Yeah. Oh my God, my brother's in the chat. Steve's list.
That's Steve's. Happy. Hi, brother. 2 brothers in one night. I love it. I agree too. I'm learning the piano now, but I agree too. Is there an instrument that you're trying to learn now, or you maybe are thinking about?
Not really an instrument, but I have to say, if I were to learn one now, it would definitely be piano for sure. See, I played violin and flute at a young age, and then when I got into junior high, I wanted to learn a bass instrument, so I actually played the tuba. For like 3 years. And then, I would definitely love to learn piano now, or guitar. And my brother actually plays guitar, so he's not doing too badly with the music.
Yeah, no.
And he has an amazing voice also. I just want to like stand my brother for a second.
Good to know. Good to know. Welcome, Steve. Thank you for joining us. We're glad to have you here. Appreciate it. If you have any stories about Sister, just send me a whisper real quick so we can ask her about it. Let me know. So now, I want to ask you about like public relations, because you have a lot of marketing and branding expertise.
Mm-hmm.
How can we as Twitch streamers use public relations to kind of help us grow our channels?
So public relations is such a like stuffy sounding word, you know what I mean? And it's got this like very like official like kind of vibe to it. But all that public relation means is like you controlling the narrative about yourself that's out there in the world, right? So, and the amazing thing about something like a Twitch channel is you kind of get to do that like by nature, because if it doesn't align with you, then you shouldn't be putting it on your channel. You know what I mean? So I think that like as streamers, an important kind of like tip when it comes to like controlling that narrative is to just like make sure you have like a well-rounded communication strategy across all your different touch points that are all like lining up with what you're doing. And you kind of have to choose sort of like your main channels and just make sure it's super consistent across those main channels. So like, for instance, like when I started doing Twitch, I don't put anything on my channel that I wouldn't feel comfortable putting on like my Instagram, for instance, you know what I mean? And I've kind of like, this is also getting into like a bit of like the branding world, but I always encourage people to sort of brainstorm, like, what are your like 3 pillars? What are your like 3 things that you want the world to know about you? And that's your Bible, you know what I mean? Like everything that you do should fit into those 3 columns across like all different places where people can see you, can hear you, can see you. And that's really like public relations in a super nutshell for the modern era.
Yeah. To continue with that, when you speak of channels, I'm thinking like Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. What are your thoughts on channels that we should be considering that we might not be? And then I also want to know, what are your thoughts on email as a channel?
Oh, I love email. Don't get me started, okay? That's like I think that so you're exactly right. That's what I'm referring to when I say channels. It's kind of like all those different platforms and places that people can contact you or see what you're about. So on one hand, I think that you don't necessarily have to be in all places if it doesn't make sense for you. So that's one thing that you're going to have to like kind of consider for your own situation. Like me, for instance, I don't really have a YouTube channel because I, prior to this year anyways, wasn't really creating any like video content. I actually just created one to put up the archive of my PR stream that I did that you were at.
Yes, I like that stream. Yes.
Yeah, so it's like you kind of like you can change which channels you're choosing to focus on based on like where your career's at or what the state of the world is, for instance, you know. But before that, I wouldn't have had a YouTube channel. So that's kind of like the one way you can do it. The one way is you can kind of pick and choose and say which ones, where do I want to be at? The other way is to just be absolutely everywhere, which is nowadays kind of like a viable thing. Like if you have the energy for it, you gotta like do the most. Like there's so much out there now. There's information overload. There's like people like literally, I don't have the stats off the top of my head, but it's like some absolutely mind-boggling number. It's like millions of hours of like video are like out there in the world every day. And so, you know, I talk about this a lot when I'm working on like marketing or PR for artists. And it's like, especially as an independent artist now, like you really have to be everywhere. You do not want to be doing TikTok, but you got to like somehow figure out how to do it and make it work for you, you know? I can see everyone in the chat. I just want to send some love to you guys. What up, Mish8 and Flossy DJ? MissTiffStarr, I loved your chat. Songbird99, what's good? Email though is so like crazy valuable. Like I think that if you're some type of content creator and you don't have some kind of email newsletter, you're missing out. You're missing out because you can really like, especially if you're like me and you like to do like a few different things, that's kind of one place that everything can live. And you can do like a nice highlight reel of like the things that you've been up to and really tell your story in a cute way. And then you can also bring in other elements too. Like maybe I want to do something cool for my newsletter subscribers and I get my friend who is like an amazing, you know, an amazing like cocktail fucking wizard to like come up with some exclusive recipe, and that goes out to my people in their email, and that's just like another fun thing I can do. You know, there's like so many, there's like literally a million ideas you could do for an email newsletter, and I think it is like by far one of the like most underutilized marketing like tactics for people.
Right. So continue with email, because when I ask my students at in the college class that I teach, I tell them what platforms should musicians must live on, and they never mention email. And so why do you feel it's the most underutilized communications platform in our space?
I think it's because we see so much like poor use of it that it turns us off. You know what I mean? Like I get a million crappy emails a day and I just delete them all. But the ones that I get that I love them so much. And I really, you know, like I have a few email newsletters that I get that I like. I legit look forward to getting them because I'm like, I know that there's going to be like a nugget in here or like something amazing, or I'm going to learn something dope. Or if it's a DJ, it's like I can get this great music. And it's like, I think that the big thing though, not to lose sight of with email, is that it's kind of the one thing that you can like own and control that can never be taken away from you.
Yes.
An email database.
Yes.
You know, like all these other platforms, like, dude, if Mark Zuckerberg like has some mental breakdown and says like shut everything off tomorrow, Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp are all gone. Yeah. So that's why it's hella important for like, you know, even if you're a streamer and you're building your like channel and your viewers, and like get their emails and start building that database. Even if you don't tap into them just yet, just start. True School is on it. True School has had an email list for over 20 years, y'all.
Yeah. Like I always use the MySpace example. Like I asked them, I said, how many of you heard of MySpace? They're like, oh yeah. Do you use it now? Is it? No, it's gone. And that completely proves that point.
Exactly, it's gone. And not only is the platform gone, it's crazy because all the music that lived on there is also gone. There's people who had music on there that that music didn't exist anywhere else, and they couldn't get it back because they couldn't re-download the file or whatever, you know what I mean, from the back end.
Yeah.
So super important to have an email list going.
Agreed. So hopefully I have your permission to add you to my email list. I'm asking that now.
100%.
So yes, but that's how you have to do it. You have to like add it one by one, and it gets to be more and more valuable.
Yeah.
What else in terms of marketing and branding are we missing that we should be doing on Twitch? Because Twitch can be very powerful. It can be an income generator. What else are we missing?
So I personally think that the big future for Twitch for small streamers is going to be like sponsored content.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's some people who like, and I honestly consider myself a small streamer who will probably never be the like Pokemains of the world with millions of followers and 100,000 concurrent viewers. Like, I just don't foresee that for myself in the future. So if I want to continue to like scale my business, that's kind of like where I see there to be some really good potential. And like, I've worked with a lot of brands, and I'm telling you right now, brands are coming around to the idea of like it not being about numbers and those vanity metrics. They're starting to really be interested in like, hey, I maybe only have like a few hundred viewers, but you know what? Those few hundred people, they watch for 2 hours. So, which is a crazy
That's a crazy, that's a very valuable metric.
Yeah, and those are the kinds of things that people need to start looking at who maybe want to like sell themselves when it comes to those kinds of things. But that's a big one. And then, I mean, we already kind of touched on it with like the email thing, but just like learning, sort of like creating this ecosystem of like, you know, your brand out there in many different places, and how do you tie all those places together and make it make sense?
I want to go back to what you talked about, vanity metrics. We always ask a lot of the streamers here, specifically like the more experienced streamers, about like the journey to partner is on a lot of DJs' minds. How were you able to achieve that, and how do you view kind of the numbers and just kind of how it can overwhelm many people who are on that path?
Yeah, so it's hard, man. Like, it's hard. It is hard. Okay. When I finally reached that, I say finally, but it happened pretty quickly for me, to be honest. And I know that that's not a normal quote unquote experience. I think what helped me a lot with that is like collaborating with people, you know, and like setting up, you know, these like raid marathons with people and introducing each other to our audiences and stuff like that. That really helped me pretty quickly kind of get there. But it's so stressful. You're like looking at those numbers every day, and we say we're not going to get like caught up in the numbers, but like it's right there in your face. And that's another thing about this platform is like when you log into the back, it's literally right there. It's like slaps you in the face. So when I finally got to that milestone, it definitely felt it was a relief for sure. But I would say that honestly, like, I don't want to sound like I'm not like ungrateful. I don't want to sound ungrateful, but like nothing really changes when you become partner. It's not like all of a sudden like everything is like you have the answers to everything in the world. You know, it's still the same amount of work to like maintain your channel, and the extra emote slots are hella nice. Like that's super amazing. But I don't think like, I think just try not to get too caught up in that. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like I said, you still have to put in the work to maintain once you reach that spot. They can't take your partnership away. But you know, I've seen my audience like kind of fluctuate a lot, like over the last little while. Like in the summer, I was really going hard on streaming. I was streaming like 3 or 4 times a week. And then in the fall, I kind of had to pull back a little bit because I had a contract that I was working on that was taking up a lot of my time. And then, you know, now I'm kind of coming back, and it's like my viewership is still good, but it's not like what it was before. And you just can't really let that get to your head. It's like you just got to stick close to like what is the reason that I started doing this, and just kind of connect with that as much as possible. But man, it's super hard. That passive partner is
it's challenging, but it's challenging. And so you share some great wisdom there. Also, on the stream that I was watching, I've lurked on a bunch of your streams, I'm going to be honest, but the one where it was the PR one, you kind of took a little bit of a sidebar and you talked about how you feel that people on Twitch should like create different types of content because it can be very valuable.
Yes.
Why do you feel that way?
I think, well, for one, the big one is that it makes you stand out. You know what I mean? Like anytime you can inject part of your personality or your personal experience into what you're doing, not only does it make you stand out, but it also gives people something else to connect with you on. You know what I mean? And like, especially as DJs, like we just play other people's music. It's not that deep, you know? Like, you know, it's not that deep. So what are some other ways? Like I said, we are all interesting, smart, dynamic people who have our own stories, and share that story, you know, like that's really like what's unique to you. People can go watch any other DJ stream. There's a million DJs streaming, like, you know, but if they're coming to my channel and they know they can get a DJ stream one day and then they can get something else different the other day, like, you know, I think that there's something there. Hard Hidden Harry, what's up?
Yes.
And Mish 8.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Also, I'm trying to think, like in that stream, you also talked about making pitches.
Yeah.
And then I actually had to go and pitch you to come on the show, but you said I did a good job with the pitch. So what can we do better in terms of making pitches, both for our real life gigs and on Twitch? How could we as a streaming community, mostly DJs, be better at making pitches so we can kind of fine tune that muscle?
Yeah, so I think that so I come from working in media, right, where you're constantly pitching your. Back when I first started, it was like I was pitching ideas for stories, and the art of the pitch is one that takes a while to refine, because you're ultimately trying to like sometimes communicate a big or complex idea in as simple of a way as possible. You know what I mean? White Gold said, I made my first pitch deck because of that stream. That's hella dope. Yeah. So yeah, I think that when you're making a pitch, the best sort of approach to it is to like, you know, get your idea or whatever it is out, and then probably like just chop away at it, like try to cut it in half or simplify it even more. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of like an underrated aspect when it comes to pitching. And like communication nowadays is like, I feel like our devices and social media and stuff like that has sometimes like kind of messed up our communication a little bit, because it's like people are used to like talking in really fragmented ways on a text message. You know, we all have that friend who like just sends line by line like text message, and like it's kind of a disaster. But also knowing that like people have different communication styles. So I always try to be really upfront with people about what my preference is for getting things. And I did this with you, actually. I said like, you know, Amani, I don't really check my like DMs on Twitch, so I'm going to give you these other ways to hit me that are more effective. You know what I mean? So I think it's about that, and making sure that you're contacting people how they want to be contacted is another like big underrated thing. Yeah. If someone says to me, don't DM me on Instagram, then like, why am I gonna do that? You know?
Yeah. Don't slide into the DMs. Yeah. You mentioned you spoke about social media. What practices do you have what practice do you have in place that help you maintain your mental health?
Well, I definitely have to take breaks from social media. I think that, you know, it's so hard because we have to be on it so much for our line of work. You know what I mean? But I think that taking breaks is important, just like anything else. You can have too much of a good thing. Some people need to delete the app off their phone a few days a week. You know, I have a friend and she straight up says like, I have to delete it off my phone on Sunday night, and I don't reinstall it till Wednesday morning. And if it's there, I will look at it because I just don't have the self-control. So she has to delete it. Whereas like for me, I can leave it on my phone, but sometimes I'll just like literally not go on it. Or making like a little bit of a schedule for yourself. Say like, okay, I'm gonna allow myself to check in once in the morning and once at night, but only for 5 minutes. Or sometimes I have long periods where I go on and I don't even scroll at all. I'll just go on and just make my post and then I just close it. So there's like a few different ways, but I think the big thing about social media that where it gets to be like toxic and bad is like when you're constantly scrolling and just like getting lost, like looking at other things, it can start to like warp your perception of reality a bit, whether you know it or not, because you're just looking at the highlight reel of someone's life, essentially. A mixture of a highlight reel, and then sometimes it can be like, we've had a very like politically charged last year, so it's a mixture of like highlight reel and then like really disturbing, triggering content. You know what I mean? So, so that's not really a space to be spending a lot of your time. That's what I think about that.
So another interesting fact, you talked about it earlier, like you're a writer and you also like to read and you consume content. Can you explain why? What is it about Harry Potter and the Alchemist that causes you to keep coming back to reading those books time and time again?
Oh my God. I really love those books. I'm kind of mad at J.K. Rowling, not going to lie, because after she outed herself as a transphobe. But I still love the books and the stories. But what I love about those, so I've read Alchemist probably like, I don't know, a lot of times. Like, I can't even think. The reason why I love books like that, for one, Harry Potter, I can read it over and over again and just love the story. Like, it's just such great storytelling, and I love the whole like universe that's been created and all the characters and how they all work together. It's like very similar to like the Star Wars universe, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's just so elaborate and intricate. And I, as someone who loves storytelling, I just absolutely am obsessed with that. And then Alchemist is kind of one of those books that, because it's like a metaphor, you know what I mean? It can mean many different things at many different stages of your life. Yeah, drop your houses in the chat.
That's right. Yes.
But yeah, that's what I love. I've read it at different stages and kind of picked up on different things or picked out different lessons. And I think that's also why it's important to like archive things, and like keep a record of things, because you can like learn so much from yourself by looking back sometimes. Yeah. And I used to be a more prolific journaler. Like, I'm not anymore, but I used to. And it's crazy, like going back and reading what you're going through. And it can be like sometimes kind of cringy and then sometimes endearing. And you're like, wow, like I really got through that. Or wow, that's when I learned that thing that is still very relevant to me today, So
yeah.
Same thing with books. That's why I love to read the same books over and over again sometimes.
Yeah. Real quick shout out to A Farewell the Kings. Thank you for the follow. B2 the KW. Thank you for the follow. So Jayemkayem, you can see behind me, I have tons of books.
Yeah.
This book is from your fellow resident. You got to check out Trevor Louie. He's one of the people who has the famous fried chicken and waffles recipes in Toronto. He's based there. But my question to you is, if there was two or three other books besides Harry Potter and The Alchemist that you feel people should stop what they're doing right now and start to read them right away, and they can be reading, or I know you love Audible too, and you use Audible as a form of meditation.
Yes, I do.
What comes to mind?
So, like essential reading for life kind of books.
It can be fiction too.
I really love Eckhart Tolle. Like, I love Power of Now and A New Earth. That for me is like literally essential for life. My sister and I are obsessed with Eckhart Tolle.
Okay.
It's really funny. Like, we were having this like discussion the other day in our sibling group chat about like religion and organized religion and all that stuff. And then my sister just popped in and she's just like, Eckhart Tolle is my religion. That was her only offering to discussion. But yeah, those are really good. Oh, Four Agreements. Yeah, that's a really good one too. Super good. A book that really changed sort of my life in a small way is one called Meditation for Fidgety Skeptics.
Ooh, okay.
And it's by, oh my God, why is the guy's name escaping me? Dan Harris, that's his name.
Okay. Didn't he have the breakdown live on air? He was the news character that had the breakdown live on air. Was that him?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. That's him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a really excellent one. And then I recently read this really interesting book called Lying by Sam Harris. Oh. And it's a very short book. So if anyone's out there wants a short, thought-provoking read, I would read Lying by Sam Harris. It's all about lying and how even white lies or lies that we think are not harmful actually are, and like sort of this like ripple effect that can happen as a result. It was very interesting. It would like made me scared to ever tell a white lie ever again.
Okay.
And then, okay, so those are sort of like essential, I already told you essential life books. And then Lying by Sam Harris, I don't think is essential to life. I just think it's interesting and I recently read it. And then I also recently read Bobby Hundred's book, This Is Not a T-Shirt, which is like, if you're a fan of like streetwear and like fashion and like that kind of culture, sneakers and stuff like that, is an excellent read as well.
Good. Great recommendations. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You spoke about kind of reflecting back and using what you learned to help you in the future.
Mm-hmm.
What about streaming and technology? So first question, if you go back to April when you first started to stream and give yourself some advice based on what you know now, what would you advise yourself?
Wow. I would advise myself to, I mean, on the tech front, I really like, I was super fortunate in that I kind of had a bit of a leg up because I had a radio station. Wow. So I had a lot of stuff that people would not normally have lying around, like an extra interface. And like, I have like this mic that I like literally took from my radio station. So I have like a fancy mic and like stuff like that. So there's nothing too like cringy on the tech front that I would recommend to myself. I think I would honestly like, it took me like a little while to like kind of get comfortable. Like I like talking, obviously, and I'm comfortable in that kind of like role, but I think I just had never combined it with my DJing before because I wasn't like a big hosting DJ when I was doing club gigs. So that was the biggest learning curve for me was surprisingly not the tech. It was that part of it. And so I would give myself some type of advice around that, like not to be so scared and to just go for it. And then I would also have started building my community off Twitch. Like with the people on Twitch sooner. Yes. I'm now doing that, but I would have done it sooner. Definitely. And then what else would I tell myself? There's always things to improve on. Yeah. I mean, I probably would have diversified my content earlier too, to be honest, if I knew what I knew then.
Okay.
Because when I first came on, like there was still like, it really wasn't that many DJs, to be honest. Like I'm not kidding. When I made partner, Monty, I didn't even know I was supposed to do a partner celebration stream. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know. I was like, cool, I made partner, and then I just had my regular schedule,
Okay. Yeah.
But it's those types of things. I think people on Twitch really like milestones.
They do.
I think we love milestones. And I think that people want to see you celebrating yourself. And like, for me, I think that that's kind of awkward. I'm like, pretty like humble person. And like, I don't think I speak loudly enough about myself sometimes. It can feel cringy and it can feel awkward, but I probably would have done that quicker.
Yeah.
Thanks, White Gold.
I can relate. Somebody tells me I should promote myself more. So I'm working on it too. We can work on it together.
Mm-hmm.
You had a leg up on technology.
I did. Yeah.
What piece of technology have you acquired since you started streaming that you now can't live without?
I mean, definitely the streaming PC. definitely the streaming PC.
Tell us why. Definitely.
I used to just use my partner's laptop like in the earliest days, which is okay for if you're doing a couple one-off streams, but for like a regular schedule, it's like really not fair to like use someone else's computer that they might need. And then also just like, as I think someone had mentioned it before, I can't remember who, but that the PC is really key, more so than Mac, right? Yeah. It's just like everything just like works a lot smoother on that. OBS is a lot smoother. It's just like way better. And so I got in June, I got a sort of like cheap PC, like not a laptop, it's like a tower and stuff. Mm-hmm. And that really like got me through most of the year with like the streams. It was MissTiffStarr, I think, who said that they had just gotten, yeah. Okay. So yeah, I didn't imagine that. Yeah. So my first sort of starter PC got me to like the end of the calendar year. And then my partner got me a new PC for Christmas. He got one built for me. Yeah, it's so beautiful. It's like got the like cool lights on it and it's like super dope. But what's crazy? It's kind of been giving me a little bit of grief. And after many weeks of troubleshooting and stuff like that, I think it has a faulty network card.
Oh,
like
okay.
The network card is actually like kind of corrupt or something, which is weird because it's brand new. But I mean, that happens, right? Things are defective.
Yeah.
So I have to get that fixed. But it just goes to show, though, like even when you get your like thing that you think is going to change your life, and it maybe does, it's like there's always like work to do and like things you have to figure out and troubleshoot.
Yeah. What's like your upcoming streaming schedule, and what's the diversified content that you're going to continue to add to your stream? Like, what's new? What's going to be new with your stream?
Okay, so while I'm always going to do DJ streams, my DJ streams are always Monday evenings around this time. I'm actually going to go after and start my stream.
Yes, we'll raid you. So go there and we'll raid you.
So I'm always going to be doing that, and then I'll be doing more of the workshop style streams that you saw. Like, I did the PR one. I could probably do like an evolved version of the PR one where we get a little bit deeper into some of the concepts. A lot of people have asked for like a branding one. It's people who are just kind of like, I know I need to like evolve my brand, but I don't know how to do that. So I want to do something like that for them. And then in the summer, I was also doing like an interview series like on my stream. I'm going to bring that back. Nice. And I'm going to do that. I need to do that at least once a week because I love doing that. That's like, it's a way for me to not only like share like some of my friends who are doing really cool things out there with my people, but I just love having conversations. So I'm going to bring that back. So
as you can see, I like that too. I'm sorry, but yeah, as you can see, I like that too. So yeah.
I love your streams. They're so awesome.
Thank you. Remember, if you know anyone, I know you have a partner, but if you know anyone that would be a good contestant for the dating game, we're always looking for people. So keep that in mind.
I definitely will. I think I know some people on my channel who are single and ready to mingle. I think New is in here. Maybe New would be down to be part of it.
All right.
I'm going to be on the spot.
Okay. I'm going to kind of leave you with this final question because you shared a lot of great information. I want people to go to your channel. We shared the link in the chat a few times, but any maybe last minute words of wisdom or advice for like viewers and streamers on Twitch, because Twitch can be a grind and you have to pace yourself. And I know that you've had particular thoughts on like manifesting and the importance of manifesting. So I want to kind of leave you with some thoughts on that, let you kind of take us home, and then maybe you can go start your stream. We'll raid you in a couple minutes.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, I'm big on manifesting. I think that it's a word that is kind of become like a weird buzzword and like has like, it's not just like thinking something and then expecting it to happen. Like it is thinking positive thoughts about whatever your goal is in mind. But then a part of that manifestation is also like manifesting it through your actions, you know what I mean? And through your words, I always say. So through your actions means like, what is one thing that you're going to do every day that gets you closer to your goal? And it might be a small thing. It might be, I'm going to read this one article that has some info on it for me, or it might be a big thing. It might be, I'm going to, make a pitch deck, or I'm going to try to reach out to that person. But I think that just the one thing a day that's getting you closer to that is a form of manifestation as well. And then manifesting through your words is making sure that you're speaking it to people to tell them what you want. Like, I can say to you, like, Amani, I have this goal of this year, I really want to get to 10,000 Twitch followers. And it's just, I think that like really gives it a different kind of weight and meaning in the universe, so to speak. So that's, all of those things are really important when it comes to manifestation. And then, yeah, with Twitch, I mean, it's a grind for sure. It's hard work. It's hard work because like not everyone, if it was easy, everyone would do it. And
yes.
So I think that it's important to, be committed, but at the same time, know that it's okay to take breaks or scale back or pull away for a bit. And like the people who are there that support you are still going to be there at the end of that, whether you take a week off or take a month off. Like it's totally okay to step away. And I think that's something that I've had to learn over the course of my career. Like I was always, especially being in DJing, as you know, it's so competitive. I was always scared to like take my foot off the gas.
Yes.
Actually, you're just going to burn out, and then you're not giving people the best version of yourself that way. Yeah. It's a lot better to do like quality over quantity. Quantity will get you places on a platform like this. It definitely will. If you stream every day for 12 hours a day, you will see results.
Yes. Yes,
but like
you will.
Yeah, you will. but
you'll burn out too.
But you'll burn out too, and I think that's a thing that people don't really talk about is like, sure, you could stream. I was talking to my friend about this earlier today. It's like you could stream for 8 hours a day, but like he called it diminishing returns. It's like you get past the point where like you're not giving the best of yourself anymore. And then so why would you not have just stopped after 4 hours and then use that other 4 hours engaging with people in Discord or like doing something different that's still laddering up to your ultimate goal, right? Shout out Metaspin, you're the best.
Yeah. Metaspin. Shout out Big Greg 7435. Thank you for the follow. I just want to say thank you for coming on the show. Appreciate what you're doing. I love how you're just like a representative for creators with the radio show, with your label, and just how you're doing the PR work and like teaching us to think a little bit deeper with this Twitch thing. I really appreciate it. So thank you.
Oh, I appreciate you so much. I love your channel. I love how you're always like spreading the knowledge, and you have like one of the greatest chats and just a super awesome community. So I'm a huge fan of everybody in here, all the viewers and you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Put some ones and some hearts in the chats. And if you have our emotes, put those up. You'll be streaming in a couple minutes, you think?
Yeah, I'm going to get on in like 5 minutes. So.
Okay. So we'll go and raid you in 5-10 minutes and just thank you very much. Make sure you follow her. You're welcome.
Take care, y'all.
Right. Take care. All right. That's dope. That's dope. Put some ones and hearts in the chat. Yes. Yes. All right. All right. So couple announcements, and then we're going to review really quickly. We have some results with managing the chat. We got some feedback from managing the chat. We also have some results with some tips with handling the buffering on Twitch, which can be a big issue. I do got to make a couple of quick announcements. Just share this really quickly. We always have to do our announcements at the beginning and the end. So don't forget that coming up in 2 days, Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 in the West, 6:30 in the Midwest, 5:30 in the Mountain Time zones, and I think it's midnight, 12:30 in London. Twitch dating game, Neil Jackson, DJ 360. Tune in. We had Damona coming back to be the guest host. Don't miss that. We'll have fun with that. And then on Friday, happy hour. We're going to celebrate February birthdays. Come to the channel 6 p.m. We're going to give away some MissTiffStarr's product. We're going to have 3 or 4 different giveaways. So make sure you tune in and hang with us on Friday for happy hour. There, perfect. And then also we have streaming boot camp. So we're going to start the class, I think the end of February. We're looking at that. So streaming boot camp, whisper me if you have information. We're trying to get anybody who's interested in streaming. You could be a lifestyle streamer like MissTiffStarr was, DJ, whatever. Get you up and running on the streaming boot camp. And we also have the mod class. This date is wrong. We had to push it back, but it'll probably be the end of February also. So that's what we got going on the channel. Now, let me share with you a couple thoughts on this. Also, we have a couple minutes for questions, so we can do office hours again. I saw Lisa the X. Somebody said that you're going to be a candidate, but I'll let you confirm that with me. What's up, DJ Snoopy? I saw some other people walk in here really quickly. Cherries on Top Music. Hello, it's cousin Christopher. Good to see you. I think it was DJ Breck1. Thank you for joining us. Okay, now, we had a question come up about how to manage the chat. for like viewers. The question was managing the chat, and we get 3 tips. We what do we do? We surveyed some people, hide the chat. So really quickly, I'm gonna go back to Twitch here. We're gonna go to a channel. Let's go to DJ. Let's see here, DJ. Okay, we're gonna go to DJ Deliver. Homie, I think he's still based in Atlanta, I believe. Let's see here. And I'm gonna show you how to hide the chat on his channel here. So let's share the screen. Share the screen. Just a really simple tip. I know if you're new to Twitch and it can be overwhelming, this will help you. Just do this really quickly. So tip number 1, make sure it pops up here. All right, so hide the chat. You can see the chat's going on right here. And all you need to do right here is hit this little arrow, collapse. It'll collapse the chat, and then you can just watch it in full screen. That's really simple. So the chat, if you're new, it doesn't overwhelm you. You can always bring it back, but that's a good tip there that will help you manage that. Bring it back. There it is. So I'll show you another streamer as also. Hold on, we'll go Don P real quick. So we're in Don P's channel. Okay, and you can see the chat's going right here. Just hide it, and there you go. Done. Now, the second tip, and I'm going to show it to you really quick, is hover and learn. So this is tip number 2, hover and learn. What I mean by that is if you're curious about what a certain, oh, she just got rated. Cool. We'll say happy 4-month anniversary in here. Hello from Twitch U. Happy. So we'll say hello from Twitch U. Happy months. Okay. So we do that there. Hover and learn means like you want to be, let's see here. So like it's going kind of fast here. But you can like hover over these little icons and they'll tell you, let's slow down the chat really quickly. They'll tell you what it is. Like this one right here, VIP. You hover over here, 3-month subscriber. So she has a special badge for doing that there. Current hype train conductor. This means this person was one of the most giving people in the hype train that recently occurred. I think it's the top 3 people, I believe. This rare prime gaming. So hover and learn. That's another thing. I'll tell you what all these little things are. Like you hover here, verify partner. That's what that means. If you're looking for like emotes, so say here's an emote right here. Okay, DJ Epic Kings, because DJ Epic's from Sacramento. So the Kings are up there. That's his email. You can hover and then click in there. The 7 one here, Craze is 7 right there. Hover and learn. That's what that means. And then the final tip is if you, sometimes people forget to tag someone in the chat. That's just a way to bring attention to that. And NYC Dope, thank you for gifting that sub to my Andrea. So like if I want to say, what's up, DJ Mickey? In the chat. It'll pop up, you tag him. Wait for it. He'll pop in there. That's how you tag someone so you can draw attention to the message. Right there. So we do that. And it shows up right there. What's up, DJ Mickey? There you go. So that's 3 there. Stop that. Those are 3 tips. Now we had buffering. This is a constant challenge, and I think MissTiffStarr talked about it, Jayemkayem talked about it, but buffering. So we're still in the lab researching this. But for streamers, you can reduce the bitrate to streaming at 3,000 and work your way up. And I believe Metro was in here too. I hope he's still here, Metro, because he was telling us about this. He knows different ways. I'm going to get him to share some different ways to fix this buffering on the streamer side. Buffering means when the screen, there you are. So you can share with us what works. These are the 3 tips I have. I remember you shared a couple on the show also. Reducing the bit load, check your, okay, so here's good tips. Reducing the bit load, check your upload. And here, for streamers, I'll show you how to reduce the quality of the stream. Let's go here. This helps some streamers too. And I'll let Metro and Arabian Prince gave a great tip too. So let me share the screen really quickly to show you how to, this helps you a lot on mobile. So we're going to go here. Now we're going to be on Lenny Penseal's Twitch stream. And so it's coming up there. So you see that right there. So you see right now he's broadcasting at 720p. If this is too much, this helps on mobile. I know this helps me on mobile. I can reduce it from 720 to 480 to 360 to 160. So I'd start like at 480, see if that helps. If it stops buffering, then you can go back here, do it again, 360. This helps a lot on mobile, I know, because it helps me when I'm in my car listening. So that's the one thing right there, buffering right there. And then we have what we tell people they can do. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to highlight your comment too, Metro. Thank you. So for viewers, you can exit the stream, come back in. You can exit Twitch, come back in. Then you can reboot your whole phone and come back in. I know we were having the Whitney brackets last week, and we had to advise KJ to leave and actually log out and restart their phone, and then it worked. So that helps. So Metro has a good thing here. I'm going to have to send you an email to get some specific advice. Hold on. Put this here. Let's go down the bottom. And Metro said, yes, thank you. Okay, so he says, okay, so it's a great starting point. For me, I'd push max bitrate rate and instead drop to 720, 24 frames per second. Interesting. Okay, so these are great tips. If your upload speed is below 10, you'll need to be at 2,000 to 3,000. Good here. All right, good. Okay, good tips. Great tips there. Yes, this is a good one too. This is actually really good. That's kind of close all the other app that may be pinging the net. That will help out tremendously because that will stop too. Great tips. Thank you all for sharing. Crowdsource this answer. Okay, good. Let's see. Can one of my mods, first of all, I have to say thank you to all the mods. Holly was in here early. London was here. Lainey, thank you. Lisa the X, Songbird, thank you to all my mods. Fresh Moss, good to see you again. Let me know when Jayemkayem comes on, and then we'll go and raid. But if you have any other questions, put them in the chat while we're waiting. Let me know. Okay, what application? So what I'm doing right here, Tanya, is I'm just sharing my screen and I open up the different tabs in Chrome, and that has worked the best for me through lots of practice. That's worked well. And then the documents, the slides in StreamYards, thank you, Diva929. I just load them up onto the brand part and put them in there because I don't want to have to deal with buffering. Ironically, when I had like YouTube videos, things like that, I try to load all the videos up so they just live on the platform StreamYard. So yeah, great question. What's up, CC? Any other questions? Ask them here. And we shall see. Next week, let me tell you, next week, who we have coming to Twitch U. We have Starting From Scratch will be here. We have DJ Charisma will be with us and DJ Lady Ryan. So another packed show next week. Starting From Scratch regularly pulls 400 or 500 viewers on his show. DJ Charisma, amazing, out of New York, like 250 just got partner. And then Lady Ryan out of the Bay Area. So action-packed show there. If you have questions, feel free to whisper me them during the week, and I'll add them to the. Oh, this is nice. That's good, Fresh Moss. So how do you send messages to followers to let them know they'll be streaming? If you go to your creator dashboard, click on Insights. You go to the right-hand side and scroll down, and you'll see a little purple link that says send email to subscribers. And that will send email to subscribers. Next week, I'm going to talk to you all about twitchsubscribers.com. I'm going to test it out more this week. And that's how, if you're a streamer, you can see all of your subscribers. It'll list them all out for you because it's hard to see on Twitch. Like you can't really see, but if you go to twitchsubscribers.com, I'll put that up too. Let me see here. Yeah, that's only for subscribers. Emails, it just sends the email out for followers. You get the email that will go out to followers, but let me see here. Yes, right here. But people kind of have to have their notifications turned on. Yeah. You can't do that. It's really tough. Let me just put this up here because we're going to talk about it next week. And that, did I spell it right? Yeah, spell it right. That will show you who your subscribers are. And you can actually write them down, print it out as a PDF, all of the above. We're going to review that next week. Okay. All right, awesome. Okay, we're going to raid. So thank you all. very much for tuning in. We're going to raid. Great show again. Awesome interviews. Thank you again to TiffStarr, MissTiffStarr, excuse me, and Jayemkayem for some great interviews. Let's go on a raid. I will see you all on Wednesday for the dating show. Got to get prepped. Thank y'all for the support. And here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Thank y'all for tuning in. Let's see if we go up top there. Raid. All right, here we go. Getting ready to go on the raid. So Snoopy, Twitch sends those emails. He sends those emails. Yes, yes. Thank you all. Awesome. All right. All right. Good to see you, Metaspin. Thank you for tuning in. All right. It's time to go on a raid. Here we go.